Hey guys, one thing that's been going around the community, other than my streams today, is the PETA games. PETA stands for People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, and what they're trying to do is basically get kids to play their games to get their message across that you shouldn't wear like fur coats or whatever that are real. Um, don't have like chicken farms, cow farms, or whatever, which is how we get most of our meat, as far as I know, in America. Um, there's been there was recently like a video on what happens in a food processing plant, and one of my friends actually turned vegan for that reason because he watched it. But I know how they make hot dogs and how they clean them, and I still eat one. And I know what Pete is trying to do, like their actual goal. They're trying to get people to stop abusing animals and whatnot, which I support. But that's not going to prevent me from eating a steak. I can make my own choices. Uh, but I think what they're trying to do is go after like corporations and try to get them to stop abusing animals like McDonald's because they genetically alter them to have them like 85% breast meat and a lot of them die there. Just like not like nature, like an actual farm. Like it's like a factory, like a shoe factory for animals, basically. And again, that's how we get most of our meat. But the thing that PETA did was they play all these games. They made all these games on their website, which I'll provide a link for if you actually want to play them because they do get the message across, but they don't really affect me on how what my views are. One of the games is Pokemon Black and Blue, which everyone's been playing. There's also Mario Kills Tanuki. Tanuki is like a kind of a fox bear thing. Tanuki Tales from Mario 3. Uh, they also have like non-iconic ones. J-Lo Monster and Fur Game. Fast Food Nation. I have no clue what that means. Probably with the McDonald's thing. Cooking Mama, Mama Kills Animals. Super Chick Sisters. Yeah, you can probably guess what that's about. Super Tofu Boy. The incredibly gory Flash game called Super Meat Boy is now a parody called Super Tofu Boy to get people to eat tofu instead of animal meat. And there's also Learn Your ABCs with PETA's Striptease Quiz. That that's a pretty cheap gimmick. The Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay. I don't even know what to say about that one. There's also Super Chick Sisters, which is one of the older ones. And there's also Revenge of the PETA Tomatoes, which is probably like Revenge of the Killer Tomatoes, I'd assume. Uh, Breasts, not animal tests. Yeah, all these games are like shit, and the Pokemon one is really to get kids to play this shitty game. And the first prize after like beating like the first guy, who's actually like a girl nurse thing, is a video of animals getting abused, um, in pretty much in factories. And that's what I've been shown in school and whatnot, and that's where I formulate most of my views from about animal abuse and whatnot. And I think that's wrong, whatnot, but it's also the easiest way to get money for corporations. And I don't think we make fur clothing anymore. That's legal. That's legal. And people poach and whatnot in Africa. Like certain species of elephants are going are losing their trait for the tusks. Um, yeah. So I just want to say something real quick about all these games. I'm probably gonna get shit for talking about it anyway, but yeah, all these games are like I could I could potentially sue for this. Like, if I was like head of Nintendo of America, I would probably sue them. But then again, I'd probably lose. Yeah, I'd probably lose. PETA. Sometimes I think their South Park episode was pretty much true about them. That they just fucking love animals too much. But hey, that's like their opinion. That's what they do.